Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lovette. If this is your first time here, please don't make it your last. Hit on the subscribe button and be part of this family. In today's video, we'll be making this very cute corset top, and if that's something that interests you, keep on watching. In my previous video, I made the drafting part of this beautiful corset top that we are about to create. So if you have not watched that video, please go back to it so you have a better understanding of what we are doing here. So I've gone ahead to cut all the parts, and I've gone ahead to cut the lining and the pieces to the fabric, and I added half inch, guys. I added half inch. If you can see, I did not cut it exactly. I added half inch. That's for the sewing allowance. So we'll just head straight into sewing. So guys, this is the sewing part. Now you see these two arrows facing each other, so you place all your pieces on that paper back because you don't want to get confused. That arrow facing each other, so you sew them. Just look at what I'm doing. Sew that part. If just in case you are confused, place the paper back and sew that part. Place the paper back. If not, if you do not get the parts right, your cup will not come out fine. It will not come out okay. So I'm just going to sew it now. After I've sewn it, this is how it look like. So you bring the upper part, following that paper, that pattern paper, that's the arrow, you join it like so. I'm just joining it. So you just join it. So guys, I've joined it, and this is the outcome. You can see that it's looking already like a bra cup. So if you sew yours and it's not giving you this look, like it should have space inside for your bobs to sit in. So if it doesn't have it, just know that you do not sew it well. Go back to the paper and do it well. I'm basically repeating the first thing I did again. So these are the arrows. Just remove your pattern paper, then join those parts together. Just look at what I'm doing. I'm basically repeating what I did before. Join those parts together. This is for the second cup. And I'm just going to join the upper part. Just the same thing I did with the first cup. So I'm going to join the upper parts now. So guys, this is the outcome for the second cup, and it has the same fitting. Still have space for our bust. So you do the same thing to the lining. Everything you did with the fabric, you do the same to the lining. So I'm just going to place back my paper, remove them and join them. Look at what I have after joining. I did not record that part. Next, we're going to bring the center and our side. This is the center and this is our side, and we are going to join them. So I'm removing the pattern paper and the lining. So I'll join it by half inch. Join it by half inch, guys. You do the same thing at the other side. Join it by half inch. So this is the outcome of it. This is the outcome of it after joining it. And we're going to do the same thing to the lining. Just join the side and the center together. So here guys, I used the pattern paper to cut out the wording, which is called press pad. Just trace it out to cut out your wording, and do not put any allowance. So we'll be joining it just as we did to the fabric and the lining. Just the same way you join the cup of the fabric, do the same thing to this wording. So next you top stitch on it. So this is the outcome, guys. We already have a cup. So next is to iron it. Iron it into your fabric. So you just arrange it and you iron them. But before then, open your fabric and iron your fabric first. Those places you've sewn, open it up and give it a good press. Just so you know, guys, you don't iron your corset on a flat surface. So you need that ball for your corset cup. And how I practically get mine was taking a sauce and putting in pieces of fabric in it and just fold it. That was how I was able to make my own. So you can just make your own at home, but do not iron your corset on a flat surface. Next is to insert your cup to the fabric. So that part that has the shining face is the part that has gum. So you just insert it to the fabric and iron it till it's glued to the fabric. Next, to get a straight fabric, you use your iron to fold it to give a bias shape. You can as well use a bias for this, but in this video I'm using a fabric, so I'm just going to press it and place it at the two parts which I've sewn. Then I'll mark the center and place it at the center as well. I'm basically placing it at the center and I'll place it at the two sides and pin it down, then take it to the machine to sew each side. So I've gone ahead to sew it behind the camera. So this is the side, center and the other side, and this is our cup, and this is a 1 inch fold I made for the strap. So next, you pin the cup from the center all the way around to the top. And you pin it all the way around to the other side. I've gone ahead to sew it round. This is the outcome. You just sew it round just as you pinned it. So this is it, and you top stitch on it. Open it and top stitch on it. What you do is, if you have any puffing like this, you just trim it out. Just trim it out if you have any puffing. Next thing is to bring your back and you measure that 1.5 that we use as allowance, then just sew it straight. Measure 1.5 and sew it straight. I've gone ahead to sew it out, and this is what I have. This is what it's looking like. The same thing you did to the fabric, you do everything that we've done to the lining, except from your boning parts. So I've gone ahead to join my lining. Now at the cup, I'll divide it by 2. What I have at the center, I'll mark. That will be for my strap. I'll do the same thing at the other side. Then at the part where I joined it, I'll mark 3 inches from the joining, from the side joining. I'll do the same thing at the other side. I'm just trimming it. So the next thing now is to fix your strap. How to get the length of my strap? Just bring that yoke back and measure from the shoulder to what you have. So I have 7 inches, so by 2 will be 14. So that 14 minus ½ inch, so that is 13.5. Place it at the center and pin, and do the same thing at the other side. So this is how it will look like. Next is to bring your lining and sew it at the top, ½ inch. Sew it ½ inch at the top. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is what we have, guys, and I top stitch on the lining. The next thing is to insert your boning. Insert your boning on those space you created for the boning. And please, the boning should not be up to the down part. You should leave like half inches. That's where you can sew it, so you don't end up sewing on the boning. And guys, just in case you insert your boning and it's not coming out flat, don't worry. By the time you finish, you iron it, it will come out okay. So next, we're going to flip it to the other side. Flip it like so and sew it down. Sew it down like this. Turn it and sew it down. So I'm gonna have to sew it down now, and I'll bring it out from the side. I'll just bring it out from the side. This is what we have. So just give it a very good press and everything will just sit okay. So this is it after I've ironed it. It's now flat. Everything is now flat. And this is the inside, guys. Look how neat it is. Just check out how neat it is. So next is to fold in your side inward. Fold it inward and iron so that you can be able to insert your loop. Do the same thing for the other side. Just fold it inward and iron it. I've gone ahead to make a long strap, which I'll be using for the lacing and as well for the loop. I'm cutting 2 inch out for the loop, so you just cut 2 inches out. Next is to measure what you have there and fold it by 2 and mark the midpoint. Then from that middle, you divide it again by 2 from the middle to your end. I have 5 lines now, so I'm going to attach my loop to it. I'm just pinning my loop. I'll pin it to the end and I'll do the same thing to the other side. So next, you top stitch on it. We've gone ahead to top stitch and this is what it's looking like. We're almost done, guys. And this is the front part. Just look how beautiful this top is. It's really giving. So next, we are just going to lace the back part. Using our loop, we're just going to lace the back part. And I'm going to tie the end of it. Tie the other end as well. And we are done, guys. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. Thank you so much. Look how beautiful our top came out. It's just so pretty. Please do not forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have interesting videos for you guys. And please comment on the comment section. Tell me what you think about it. Was it easy? Was it hard? Is there something you want me to do? Thank you so much, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.